That's right, boys and girls. We're talking about Plug Power. You know this stock. I've been hyping it for quite a while. You already know, and it's been one of the hotter stocks in the market in the past little while here. Really, since June, you've seen 120% appreciation in this stock. The stock's been going off, and now they reported earnings, which, frankly, I can't lie to you, I expected a little bit of a earnings disappointer. I did, but they didn't do it. Up 7% pre-market, over $10 again. Let's take a look. So, GAAP EPS of negative 3 cents beats by 7 cents. Revenue of $68 million, up 18.3% year over year, beats by 11.56 million. So that would be a very big beat in terms of revenue. I can't lie to you, very big beat. So that is really good. And you see adjusted EBITDA also increased quite a bit, doubled year over year. So that's a very big beat. I can't lie to you. And you know, investors, they're just getting even more hype about it. Even more hype. As far as some of the finer details, achieved record gross billings, reflecting year-over-year growth of 24% and 68% growth sequentially above a record Q1 2020. They deployed a record 2,800 GenDrive fuel cell systems and 3 hydrogen fueling stations network in Q2, bringing total historical deployments to around 35,000 GenDrive systems and 100 hydrogen fueling stations / network. They completed the acquisition of United Hydrogen and Giner ELX and issued the first convertible green bond in the U.S. The company is also in discussion with multiple locations for the siting of a state-of-the-art facility for fuel cell and electrolyzer production at gigawatt scale capacity, baby. They've reaffirmed the 2020 guidance and provided quarter 3 guidance of 110 million to 115 million, which is massive growth. I mean, that's a big growth. Also reaffirming recently issued 2024 guidance to achieve $1.2 billion in revenue, which is a boost from a while ago. They originally gave a $1 billion estimate, and they have boosted it to $1.2 billion now. You know what? That gets people hype. As far as the press release, really, we have the investor less. All right, I feel like I was going to say something not good there. Investor letter. There we go. So overall, definitely some good stuff. They talk about the acquisitions, record gross bookings, reaffirm guidance. That is right. What's pretty exciting is the electrolyzer stack gigafactory. I mean, that sounds exciting to me. I don't know about you. Expansion in Europe and hosting the second annual Plug Symposium on September 24th. Is that actually going to happen? It's probably going to be virtual, but you know how it goes. Very nice to see growth in that gross billings number as well. Despite the crisis, Plug Power has deployed 5,000 fuel cell units year to date, with customers with over 545 million hours of runtime in the field and 29.4 million hydrogen fills performed. Hydrogen is the way, baby. It's all about that clean, green energy, and Plug Power's at the forefront, you know what I mean? Not necessarily at the forefront, okay, but in terms of hydrogen, they're at the forefront, okay? How does that make you feel? Completed acquisitions are obviously super important, so Plug Power is at the center of the paradigm shift in energy, transportation, and power industries. And again, they are. Hydrogen's pretty massive because you talk about what fuels a lot of these, especially big trucks. Hydrogen's having a much bigger portion of this in terms of the big rigs, 18-wheelers, whatever you want to call them, semi-trucks, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. But hydrogen's a big part of this, right? And not only just obviously delivery in terms of big trucks and I don't know what I'm trying to think of, supply chain, they're important in that, no doubt. Hydrogen is. but they're really expanding all over the place, right? Very excited to see what can happen. Obviously, reduces carbon emission because it's hydrogen, which it's all good. And as far as the acquisitions, you see United Hydrogen they purchased for $65 million, and Giner ELX they purchased for $58 million. So definitely some money to be had is what they're assuming here. Definitely some money that they can definitely have. The hope is these acquisitions help expand their platform and really diversify just a little bit more, and they want to become really the main hydrogen player, as they kind of are. So because of those acquisitions, they increased the guidance, as we saw, which is super exciting, and I think the future is very bright for this company. There's no doubt about it. Green hydrogen taking center stage in global policy. 18% of final energy demand for hydrogen is what they're talking about. Hydrogen. I'm sorry. 30 million jobs could be created with hydrogen. The application of hydrogen at this scale creates revenue potential of more than 2.5 trillion per year. I'm not saying they'll get it all, but they're talking about just the industry as a whole. And this is over a long period of time. This is like 2030 estimates, 2035 estimates. They have quite a chart there. Even goes out to 2050 of what they assume will be. Electrolyzer costs have already been reduced by 60% in the last 10 years and expected to have by 2030 as well, which means more profitability for these type of companies too. And obviously expansion into adjacent markets. I'm talking about every vehicle that could be using these hydrogens, right? Every vehicle that could be using this. From the ProGen hydrogen engines, the larger ones, to the smaller ones that can fuel from drones to buses, that's right, to even trains and boats is really their focus there. They could have everything in between, and that's the point of this hydrogen here, which is pretty exciting. Even during the pandemic, we are proud to be the leading job creator around the world during the pandemic. They're a leading job creator, apparently. Plug extends into 8 countries, over 40 states in the U.S. 13% of 13.4% of Plug employees are veterans. Pretty exciting. I mean, that's something to mention there. I don't know. I don't necessarily get. I get why people track that, but I don't. I just think people are people for the most part, and if they do a good job, they do a good job. That's what we love to see. Obviously, we remain on track. Let's talk about this balance sheet, and we're going to zoom way in because they give us the world's smallest text, and you know what? I read stiffest. All right, I read that Stephen King font. I need it big for me. Total current assets of $394 million versus $313 million from 6 months ago. Total assets in general of $1 billion now. That is incredible. Versus $771 million 6 months ago. Liabilities, I gotta say, the balance sheet's looking beautiful. Total liabilities of $790 million versus $635 million. So they grew their assets a lot more than they grew their liabilities. So stockholder equity rose to $239 million versus $134 million. So it is good to see that growth in balance sheet. And I give that as a credit to the company. And its profitability, I feel like I skipped a letter there. Profitability increases. The stock just continues to rocket, right? And some people will obviously point out I did sell my position, okay? I sold my position right around $10 a share. I thought it was going to drop, okay? And I'm not saying it won't. The stock's so hot, it's been going up a lot. I would love to purchase it under $7, and if it goes under $7 again, I will be buying it. But unfortunately, it hasn't gone under $7, so I haven't been able to buy it. Market cap of $3 billion on this company. And I think value-wise, it's not there for me right now. I know you talk about very future growth and what it could do, but market cap of $3 billion based off of revenue of $230 million last year, to me just seems not quite there. We're talking about something that's 15 times the value in terms of market cap. It's just not there for me on a company that's still not in its it's not in its for sure we're making it phase. And I do think the company for sure is going to be a very, very big part of the future. I do. But right now, just, we're holding off, and I'll plan on buying it if it goes under $7. How about that?